On today's Core of the Bible Daily Insight, we're looking at the believer's unavoidable integrity that shines in the darkness. And this is based in Matthew 5, where Yeshua says, "You are the light of the world. A city situated on a hill cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and puts it under a basket, but rather on a lampstand, and it gives light for all who are in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven." Yeshua encouraged the believers to boldly follow his directives in the face of any opposition. He wanted them to influence that generation in positive ways so that by their unavoidable example, others might also be drawn to the truth. However, this public displaying of good works was not to be the sole end, but it was to be the means by which the message of the kingdom was to be disseminated. If the disciples took his message to heart, it would fill every aspect of their being and their interactions, and there would be no way to hide from the fact that they were new creations in God's sight. Yeshua's analogies of being like candles on a lampstand or a city on a hill accurately capture the intent of the kingdom message. It would be unavoidably visible in a world of darkness. A candle can't help but shine. A city on a hill at night can't help but be seen. How unlike the religious leaders of his day who outwardly did good works only for the display of righteousness. This was not because their hearts were changed, but only so that they would appear to be righteous in the eyes of others. In Matthew 23, it says, "The scribes and Pharisees are seated in the chair of Moses," Yeshua said. "Therefore do whatever they tell you and observe it, but don't do what they do, because they don't practice what they teach. They do everything to be seen by others." Yeshua knew that the religious leaders would calculate every appearance of their public actions to be in line with the strict letter of Torah, but in their hearts and minds, they were as corrupt as dead men's bones. In Matthew 23, he warned them, "Woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! You're like whitewashed tombs, which appear beautiful on the outside, but inside are full of the bones of the dead and every kind of impurity. In the same way, on the outside you seem righteous to people, but inside you are full of hypocrisy and lawlessness." Now, by contrast, Yeshua called his believers to be people of integrity, those whose sole motivation would be to glorify God and to be obedient to him no matter what the physical cost would be. This type of good works that would be seen by others was to come from a completely different place of motivation than the religious leaders of the day. Yeshua was creating a new kingdom of idealized subjects, those who are under no compulsion other than a genuine desire to do what's right at all times. They would be aligned so closely to their Heavenly Father and their Lord that obedience in the face of any difficulty or persecution was not even a question. It was a foregone conclusion. And this is how the kingdom would be grown until it would fill the earth. There really is no other way. Because a strong eternal kingdom cannot be fostered in an environment of doubt, hypocrisy, and disobedience. It needs to be based on an underlying central integrity that cannot change or diminish over time. And these acts of internal integrity then become evident as being something different than the world has to offer, and it causes others to be drawn to its collective light. In Philippians 2, Paul writes, "That you may be blameless and harmless, the sons of God without rebuke, in the midst of a crooked and perverse nation, among whom you shine as lights in the world." The example of their unavoidable integrity has been set for all time. And now it's up to us to receive and carry that metaphorical torch, which will then be handed to the next generation. Well, I hope today's insight was helpful for you. As always, please visit coreofthebible.org for hundreds of other Bible articles, other podcast episodes, and videos. Thanks so much for listening today. Take care.